or at least and XML port. The remaining things anyway we can take care of it, right? Okay. If you know web services, very good. Even though I have explain it, but even better to knowing at least basic Java and XML port. If once we know, at least it's very good for learning in Android. Right. See, first of all, in Android, whatever I'm going to teach you, I explain. Yeah, just the contents what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to be what I'm covering in my session. Let me tell you. Let me explain you. In my session, start with the happen Android overview and history, and Android stack, SDK overview, and here first we'll see the basic application. Then after once we know the basic applications, intent filters. What it means by intent filters means that one activity to another activity, how we are moving, that work will take care of intent filters. For example, you have a mobile. If you want to see the calendar in your mobile, just you'll press it, right? Once you press, immediately it opens your calendar. Then how once you're pressing itself, it's opening calendar. Generally, internally, the code is written using intent classes. Intent is one class. Using intent class, we can move one to another. That's what it will be work like an intent filters. Especially, we try to concentrate exclusively here intent filters. One intent filter is completed. Android user interfaces. Android interface. Then we'll go for Android system overview. And once we learn all these things, once again we try to know about Android full-fledged architecture and what are exactly overview of Android. Once again we try to review everything. Then we'll go for menus, dialogues, basic content provided like broadcast receiver, sensors. This type of information comes under content providers. Content provider also two types here. One is predefined content provider. The second one is user-defined content provider. Both we'll try to work at user-defined content provider and what is that? Predefined content provider. User-defined content provider, will see that, and predefined content provider we try to understand. Once a content provider is once it's completed, then we'll go for services. What are the services providing Android? And broadcast receivers, multimedia in Android, location services and GPS, telephony, camera, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, data storage. And here we'll try to use SQLite database software. Once you're talking about SQLite database software, is inbuilt is providing Android operating system how to store your data, whatever you're trying to talk about. How can we store the data in the database software? Here we'll use SQLite database and we'll concentrate SQLite database software. Once SQLite database software was completed, then we'll talk about animations and sensors. Like this, a small, what's that? These are the overview contents what I'm going to be concentrating my sessions. Just contents I'm typing here, nothing is there. And maybe you know all these contents, what I will teach you, and I think you got from my site. And maybe you also look up, I think, all this content what we are providing. Right. Once you are talking about history of Android, yeah, who started Android operating system is Andy Rubin. Andy Rubin in 2003. 2005, Android operating system will be take over by Google or Google organization. Google organization. After 2007, it formed as one community, OHA community given. In that OHA organization, Google, other software vendor, Google, IBM, TCS, like mobile manufacturing companies, HTC, Samsung, LG, chipset providers like Intel and AMD, all these people join in that community, and community nothing but Open Handset Alliances, OHA. I can say that in the form of one group, that name it can given as a Open Handset Alliances. Then 2008 August introduced in the market one name is called HCT Dream. HCT Dream. And in the particular moment itself, different versions introduced in market Android 1.x, 2.x, 3.x, 4.x. Like this 1.x, 2.x, 3.x, 4.x I mentioned is like a 4 versions. Like this. But overall, this 4 version itself is containing 17 versions. And 1.x once it whenever it release the people is given mobile application, then mobile mobile phones and Google API also added. Then 3.x tablet PC plus Google API. 4.x mobile application and tablet PC and Google API, and all like this. Each and every version added some of the features, what are the features of increasing of Android. Once we are talking about Android is an open source mobile operating system, access the environment to run the application in mobile device. One more time. Android is an open source mobile operating system, access the environment to run the application in mobile device. If any device is movable and also access communication device is known as mobile device. For example, mobile phone, tablet, PC. I can say that all this comes under mobile applications. Mobile operating system access the environment in the mobile device to run the mobile application. For example, Symbian OS, iOS, Baby OS, like BlackBerry operating system, OS number operating system, Android operating system, like this, so many things are there. If any application is running in Android operating system known as Android applications, these applications can be designed using basic Java, like a core Java to standard edition API, I can say that. Android operating system is very famous in the market, even though other operating systems are available because of some reason. It is open source operating system. It is a device independent operating system. It means that device independent operating system, any device can work with your Android OS. If operating system is installed in any mobile device, irrespective of its manufacturer, is known as, that's what I usually call it, device independent, known as device independent operating system. It's providing huge API with the collection predefined classes and interfaces so that every end user can be designed their own Android application. Android operating system was designed by Andy Rubin. Who developed this one? Andy Rubin. Andy Rubin in the year of 2005. In the same year, take over by Google Corporation. Google was established a new community is called OHA, Open Handset Alliances, to introduce a new mobile phone with the new features for less cost in the market, by giving tough competition to Nokia, BBOS, like I think about BlackBerry, iPhones, operating systems. In the year 2008, August, the first Android mobile device introduced in the month by HTC Corporation, and that was named as HTC Dream. Later, it's renamed as G1 Mobile. Till now, 17 versions of Android were introduced in 4 categories. I clearly 1.x, 2.x, 3.x, and 4.x. And 1.x released only for mobile phone without Google API support. 2.x, the Google API support added along with the mobile application. 3.x, whatever release it comes, tablet PCs and Google API. 4.x, both. Whatever is now available is both mobile application, tablet PCs, Google API. And like this, till now, almost now, maybe latest 19th version, I think. 19th version is introduced. That's it. Now, prerequisites whenever you are trying to learning Android operating system, Android application, XML and core Java is enough. XML, why Shiva, without knowing XML you can develop it? Yes, without knowing also we can develop, we can do everything. Why? Because here we'll try to develop GUI screens. GUI screen, graphical user interface screens. Here we'll represent XML format only. Once we know XML, fine. If you not know, also fine. Nothing is happen. But core Java, why I mean that we'll concentrate to write a business logic. Then core Java, it means that everything should be known, nothing. Object-oriented programming specification, except handling, basics of IO streams, multi-threading, collection framework is enough. As per my knowledge, is enough. We can happily develop application. Right. And why I'm saying that XML is required, it can be used to design GUI screens or layout files. For example, GUI always acts as a interface between end user and Android application, especially whenever you are working with Android development. That's what, if you know XML, is more comfortable once understanding each and every tag perfectly. Android API support predefined tags to design GUI screens, so that we are not required to work hard also to remember all these things. I mean, everything is predefined here. Then that's it. Here, simply if I say in my style, this is the Android overview of what is that? History of Android operating system. And remaining things, once we go inside that, definitely we'll try to learn everything here. Anything, any questions here, Funny?
No, Shiva.
I think if you want to ask anything, you can ask me, Funny. Here, Android, really I'm saying that you know Java guy, and especially to talk Android operating system, I mean, you know, you have Android mobile thing, right?
Yeah.
In Android mobile, whatever you can performing everyday operations, everything we can do it here. Simply if I say that. See, I clearly mentioned, if you open some message will be come, right? Terrestrial message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me show you opening my screen. Everything you can do it here. Nothing is there. What I want to say is, whatever you are trying to doing in your mobile, SD card creation, everything you can do that. Let me open my clips. Shiba Android. Okay. Meanwhile, let me show you. Generally, Shiva, what is the assignments you provide and how you are going to teach the people. See here, I never open a predefined PPTs like to explain the people. Just I'll write, dynamically in the session itself. Let me show you one batch what I completed. Android notes. This is my previous batch data. Yeah. This is my previous batch. What is the explanation here? Maybe I will try to explain like this. It's a simple application, a BMI calculation like this. I give estimates like this. Dynamically writing the application is the Android architecture. I design the people. Each and every batch I will write like this, explaining one layer. I will try to write it instead of opening a predefined thing. I think you understand what I'm saying, is right? This is a recently completed batch. Then after that, I'll show one example and I'll do the, like this assignment. So that once you are doing this one, then you'll get more confidence. Here, instead of talking a lot, only practical friends. Seriously, if I'm saying that. Each and every, this is the Android directory structure. And once I'm talking about directory structure, maybe I'll show you creating Fatafat here. Once you are using a tool, creating a directory structure is very easy. Nothing is there. Just if you create new, then create Android project. That's it. Completed. Then entire structure will be created. But what SRC, what is Gen, Android version, what is the bin, everything should I explain like this in the paintbrush or something else. According to the situation, I will try to decide. This is the dynamic way of implicit intent. Just now I told you intent. Once if you click a browse and view contacts, see in the mobile you are viewing the contacts. How you view the contacts? Then that also work in one class. Like this, I could design Android application to achieve the implicit intent shown below. You click it and then I enter the bill and everything like this here. This is the way dynamically I will give the assignments. All these are assignments only given to my students. One example I will show that almost entire of my session, 20 to 25 examples I will show you. Seriously, if I am saying that those are simple, yeah, nothing is there. Only one class, I will show you the code also, so that you can get one clarity. See, intent, okay, let's like this one. It's important only intent to estimate, only these two things. Then once we understand these two things, nothing is there in the Android. Seriously, if I am saying that. See here, explicit intent, implicit intent. Just this is a theory part. Okay, anyway. See, only one syntax here. This syntax. That's it. Intent, reference variable, new intent. That's enough. Completed. Application is done here. Seriously, I'm saying that. Nothing is there. Once if you're clicking the your calendar, it opens automatically. But how is happening? Just if you're writing intent class. Nothing is there. Only one single line if you write, that's enough. It will take care of everything. See here, this is my layout file. Then this is one more layout file. I design an activity. I mentioned these 2 points. That's enough. Completed. My application is. I think you understand, right? Funny, what I'm saying is.
Yeah.
Nothing is there. I want to say that's it. Only one single line, 2 lines is enough. Only what exactly these containing parameters, what is performing, just we should be understand. That is also once we understand, every example is same only. See, some data you're passing with switching. Then in the moment, maybe 2 methods more, get in, get extra. Once we know this, that's enough. Then go for example. Right, switch with diagram, I given example, result data, how it comes. Nothing is there. Just 2 lines code, paste a message. One more line added, that's it. Only 1 or 2 lines will be added here whenever you are trying to work in. Other than everything is simple here. I think you are getting my point. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
here, one layout to another layout, how we are moving. Nothing is there. Only one class. Intent class, if you write, that's enough. Everything will be operated. For that, at least if you know 2 or 3 examples, that's enough. You can try to manage each and every application confidently. See, once if you open like this, dynamically, all this API now almost STP 2 years, 19th API, latest version 4.4, API 19th. Then what API you wanted, you can install, select and install like this. Android Virtual Device Manager. This motherboards, Intel motherboard, AMD, MPS like this. Start. Like virtual device, like virtual device. It's opening virtual device. Like your mobile only, same thing. Pani, you can ask me questions. I think I shown that every session will be recorded, Pani. Uh, every session will be recorded, whatever I am explaining the session. And if you want to ask anything, you can ask me so that I will try to tell you what I'm going to be covered here.
Okay. Shiva, just want to know, you said that you worked, last 2 years you worked on Android stuff itself. Just want to know what challenges did you face in that? What were the main challenges did you face in those projects?
Yeah, especially no challenges. Everything is use cases. Whatever we did is business logic. I worked especially. What major challenges I have not faced anything yet because last 9 years I am working, right? The same thing because basic exceptions when generally exception is generated, once we know basically, then we can handle everything easily. I never face any problems. Seriously, I'm saying that.
Okay. Have
For
you worked
example,
on
I know exactly
have
where.
you worked on these cloud services as well, like accessing external services which are deployed on the cloud as well?
No, cloud I not worked it. Especially I work on business services.
How about invoking external services probably?
Invoking
External web services or probably RESTful services?
RESTful web services, I never comment here. I not work it, and when I work in Java, I work with the SOAP web services, not RESTful web services. I never work it. When I working with the Java SOAP-based web service, I work with that. RESTful, I not work it. See, SOAP or RESTful, everything is same only, right, friend?
It's same, but SOAP is a bit heavyweight itself. So
Heavyweight, but that's what I'm saying is I never worked with RESTful web service, right?
okay, fine.
But I will explain. Don't worry about that. RESTful web service and everything I will explain my student. I mean, generally I will explain. But working, you work on RESTful. Where exactly work it? I'm saying that RESTful I not work it. So I work it. Okay. Even I can say that I worked in RESTful. I can say any scenario. The same scenario I can apply RESTful, right? But by truth, I worked only SOAP. I not concentrated. I never worked on RESTful. But in my sessions, even here in the Android ones I'm working with, web service also will show you how to work with REST and how to work with this one. Before going to this, we to know that what is exactly the scenario. What is that? Every point I will explain here. XML, XSD. Even if you know also, generally I will explain my flow. DTD, parses, then JAX-B, then access to server. I will show how to work with Java applications, and JAX-WS, then JAX-RS, JAX-RPC also it comes in the between. What are the different angles are there and everything, along with servers configuration, how to do that, how to access it. Clear picture I'll provide and explanation and notes I'll provide, and I'll show myself one example. I'll give you people one assignment for you people. Everything will be covered. Maybe it takes 10 days exclusively sessions. I will try to make it and I will try to cover it as per our course content only. Next questions. Any questions, Pani?
Nothing sure.
See, okay, Pani. What time you feel comfortable, Pani? The same time every time?
Mm, yeah, hopefully. The thing is that I stay pretty close to my office itself, so this won't be an issue itself. But ideally, end of this month, we'll be actually changing the time as well. So um, end of this month, I think it would be much easier for me itself probably to actually join this. But the thing is that I can have sessions on alternate days itself rather than every day, so
Every
that
day we'll
I
plan, right?
pardon?
If, otherwise, morning time, what time you're comfortable,
Morning
Pani?
it would be a bit difficult itself right now because I've got an um, I was recently blessed with a baby itself, so it's a bit hard to actually for me to actually manage the baby itself in the morning. So but the thing is that I was planning to actually have these sessions on alternate days so that I can actually get some free time probably on the alternate days to actually work on some POCs as well.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me
Okay.
if you're